Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Coreboy back at it again with a new video today. And, well, this is a video that I've been meaning to make it from now, so I forgot I had the game turned down super fucking low. Mostly because I was, like, kind of just chilling last night. But this is a video that I've actually been wanting to make for a little bit now. Um, Mostly because, well, I've been on a Quake kick, and I seemingly just cannot seem to stop playing. So, guess what? We're back at it again because, well, I'm just kind of addicted right now, and I wanted to do a video on Quake today, especially playing Quake Champions. I've been playing a little bit here and there. Um, Mostly because this game is just super fucking fun, and I hadn't played it in fucking years. And I was like, I'm gonna go back to Quake Champion. I'm gonna go get a little playtime in. Um, And it kind of helps me with the point of today's video. If you don't know, Quake is actually one of the first FPS games I got introduced to as a kid. I remember playing Quake, I think it was 3, at one of my dad's friends' houses, and I just kind of was like, wow, this game is really fucking cool. It's very fast, it's very floaty, but in a good way. It's kind of what I would consider the blueprint of arena shooters, for especially games like, if you don't know, I'm super excited for it. Splitgate, even Splitgate 2 has a lot of that Quake influence in it. It's very fast paced. It's very in your face at all times. And listen, I just fucking love it. That's about as far as I can go. I just absolutely fucking love Quake. I think it's one of the coolest games ever, with cool ass characters, cool ass character designs, really sick ass weapons, and I'm kind of under the impression at this point in my life where I think Quake needs a revitalization. Now, of course, as most of you know, Quake Champions came out in, I think it was 2017, which is right after we got the re-release of Doom. Whenever Doom 2016 came out, they a year after that released Quake. And I'll be honest with you, I feel like this game got swept under the rug. They didn't promote it like they did Doom. I guess they assumed it wouldn't do as good as Doom. I guess because Doom is such a big IP, and Quake has always kind of been like the little brother to Doom. But Quake has a very serious fan base when it comes to the multiplayer or even the story and lore within Quake. There's a lot to go into with it. It's so fucking cool though, and it's something that I recommend if you've never played Quake or you've never like watched any lore videos on Quake. Do yourself a favor. It's one of the coolest worlds ever, and I personally think Quake is well, very much needed for a little bit of revitalization in the world of gaming. And personally, I was actually talking with some friends here recently. I think Quake would do super fucking good. Also, I know search times may be a little bit long on this game. This game is nowhere near as popular as it used to be, so it does take a little bit of time to find matches, but you do get them pretty consistently. I actually literally just like played a game because I was like, I want to hop into a game really quick before I start recording. And if we don't get one by the end of this fucking thing, it's fine. Oh no, we did, ironically, but I think Quake needs a little bit of revitalization. I feel like it needs to come back in full force. Rather, that's like through a, remake of Quake 1 with the original story and the original multiplayer. And that's one thing I do think it needs. It needs a campaign, and it needs multiplayer, because campaigns are a big thing in Quake, at least to me personally, as someone who has been playing Quake for quite a fucking while. Of course, I'm not going to say that I'm the best Quake player ever, because I'm definitely not. This game has a lot of skill gaps in it. It's something that I absolutely love about it. There's just a lot that goes into this game. Once you're good at it, you're really fucking good at it. And I just recently started playing like the multiplayer again. I've been playing through Quake 1 on my own, just having some fun with it. I'm trying to play through all of them. I don't know if I'm going to stream them or anything. Who knows, I fucking might. So if you want to see Quake streams, let me know. I would gladly do them. It'd be super fucking fun. But I don't know. I think Quake is under need of a revitalization, and I will say this to most people. I know a lot of people are scared of games now that have pretty intense skill gaps. Do not let Quake scare you, because Quake is like kind of the build up to playing other arena shooters. I'll be honest, if it wasn't for Quake, I probably would never have been good at Halo or games like now like Splitgate as I am, because of Quake. It teaches you a lot of the basics of like movement, how to strafe, and like how to just like kind of maneuver maps effectively. Of course, it's done in its own unique way, and it might not directly transfer to like maps in certain games and stuff like that, but it's always been something that does kind of it has its own vibe to it, and it kind of sticks around. But yeah, even if you can tell from here, Quake is a very fast game, and that's one thing that kind of makes it unique, and it's one thing that I love about it. Like, it's great. It's fucking awesome. It's fast as hell. If you like fast gameplay, if you like things that are kind of chaotic, you're gonna love Quake. You have a lot of weapons that spawn on the map. Weapon spawns are kind of like very consistent, very fast. You're always fighting for them. This game is kind of what I would say is like the predecessor to Halo's ideology, where it's, hey, fight for control. Like, fight for that power on the map. Fight for your place. And I don't know, something about that just brings so much enjoyment to this fucking game for me personally. Like, as someone who has been playing since I was a kid and everything, it just, I don't know. There's no other game that does it like Quake. All the weapons are super fun. It's, you know, insane aim trainer, if you can't even tell. It's a very precise game. While weapons do have, like, travel time when it comes to bullets and stuff like that with certain weapons, this game is very much on, like, hey, just hit your fucking shots and you're gonna win a fight. And it never mattered what weapon you were using either. Like, sure, there was weapons that are better. There's, like, the more power weapons. But every weapon is viable in its own way. You can use them in a fight to get in and out. Of course, as you can tell here on the bottom middle of my screen, there's a little bit of a, like, character ability and shit like that. Boop. This is an awkward-ass fight we're getting in. Let's get it. Can you? Huh? Dog ate one fucking shot from the super shotty. Goddamn, he was hungry for it. But that's one thing that's just, it's so unique about Quake. And I will say this, if you guys did play Doom 2016 whenever it first released, that game actually did have a multiplayer, and it was a fucking good multiplayer. It was sick as shit, and I loved it. But we didn't really end up getting anything else with it after Doom 2016, and that really sucked to me, because I absolutely loved 2016's multiplayer. I played the fuck out of it whenever it first came out, and I don't know. I love multiplayer games like this. I feel like they are super underutilized now, especially. I think with the rise of what most people now consider arcadey FPS style, which is like Call of Duty and stuff of that nature. To me, this is kind of the foundations of that. It's fast, it's chaotic, it's precise, it's, hey, there's gonna be crazy fucking skill gaps, and there is. It's one of the hardest things about getting into the Quake again, is I'm like, shit, so many people are fucking good at this game, and I'm nowhere near at the skill level of, like, some of these players. But it's fun. It's like a learning curve, and I love a good learning curve in a game, for sure. Got his ass. Sit down. You're stinky. Fuck you. But I don't know. It's something that's just super unique about these games. Also, the soundtrack is fucking sick. It's badass. It's fucking ominous. It's scary. It's something that I absolutely love about Quake is the soundtrack. I mean, that goes with... I'll just say this. I feel like it have kind of become the successors of having badass game soundtracks. And I'll just be honest, as a fan of hardcore, they know how to write a riff, and it's kind of badass. Not kinda, it just is badass. Like, it rules. I love a good riff. This shit makes me happy in my heart, because I'm like, damn, this is hard. Like, yeah. Damn. The fact that I was actually getting onto that person with a nail gun off the rip and they had to fucking super shot is kind of crazy. Get out of my way. Also, this weapon's fucking sick. It's like a 3-burst grenade launcher, and if, you know... Is that the person first? Yeah, I figured it. So this dude's kind of cracked, actually. I will say, that's, yet again, I'll admit it where I admitted it last time. There's a crazy skill gap in this game, but goddamn, it's fun as hell. And if you can get past that, if you can take time and learn the game, you will end up loving it. And trust me, you'll get games that are super fucking hard. You'll get games that are super easy. It's kind of like the fun about it. I don't think this game has any SBMM at all. I've at least noticed myself that I get some games that are like, what the fuck are you doing? Why is this so easy? And then I get games like this where it's a little bit more difficult, a little bit more people who were experienced and skilled. Also, let's see if I can get this through here. Oh, dog, how did I... I'm so mad. Somebody, like, knocked him back. That fucking sucks. That was so unfortunate for me. But yeah, also, if this can influence anybody, you should actually go play Quake. Now, I will say, you can't play Quake on console. It's a PC-only game. And I guess that does kind of lead to a conversation of, well, if they did a remaster, would it only be on PC, or should it be a console release too? Listen, I don't think it would hurt Quake to have a proper console release that's like in this style where it's like super fast and an arena shooter. I'm pretty sure Quake 4 did get released on console, and it was a little bit different. I still love Quake 4, especially from like a campaign perspective. It rules. It's really fucking good. But I do think Quake needs to be on console as well. I think that would just really help with getting a higher player base. I know PC players are going to hate me for saying it, but having games on console does help a lot. It really does. It is where a majority of people play. It's where a majority of people go and pick up new random games because they're like, well, I just need something new to play. Like, it would not... I would not have a shadow of a doubt that Quake could do so well if it had a proper console release. With, like, proper controller support and everything. That would just be, like, super healthy for the game. Of course, it would be hard for those controller players to a degree. But of course, with things like aim assist and stuff of that nature, they'll pick up on it. And I mean, shit, we even see movement becoming such a big thing in games now with things like COD. And I think, honestly, with how Quake's movement style is, of being super fucking fast, super, loose and everything. It could actually do extremely well due to that nature just alone. Listen, people are yearning for the fast movement to come back. That's what they want. That is what the children are thriving for these days. They are like, we need movement. We need all of it. And trust me, I'm here for it. This shit, it's so fucking fun. Like, do I give a shit if it's a hard game to pick up and learn or not? No. If I want to fucking play it, I'm gonna play it. I don't care if I'm dog shit. I don't care if I'm the best player in the world. I'm having fun, and that's all that matters to me half the time whenever I'm playing anyway. The only game I ever care about with my skill gap is Halo. Listen, I'll just be honest. I care about Halo a lot, but when it comes to other games that I'm playing, I'm just usually here to have fun, and honestly, I have so much fucking fun. Quake is also known for just having a lot of fucking really iconic-ass modes. Of course, things like Insta-Gib, where you have the railguns and it's one-shot kills no matter what. That's super fun. Of course, they're kind of the originators of deathmatch and team deathmatch in a lot of ways. Kind of games that actually made those modes super popular. It made them more competitive and everything because they are super competitive. It just shows who is the best Slayer. And there's a lot of other modes as well too that are in Quake that are pretty fucking iconic. And just a lot of really, really good shit in these games, and something that just makes me fucking love it. So I'm still going to reiterate that I do think Quake is well past due for some revitalization and some buffs to the series because it deserves it. It's something that I fucking love, and I know I'm getting distracted as hell while actually playing because, well, that's just part of playing, buddy. I'm sitting here trying to get kills and shit. Am I gonna have clips in this video? Probably fucking not. I ain't that kind of guy on Quake. Listen, this isn't Halo, buddy. Halo's the only game I can hit clips on ever. Also, the really cool thing, if you guys can't tell it, they do have skins in this game that are from the original Quake and shit, like the original rocket launcher, the original AR, all that, or the original shoddy and all that stuff. I think it's kind of cool. They also have skins that just make your character look like 16-bit and shit, and I love that. That's legit one of my favorite things ever. Anytime they have throwback stuff, I know Doom even does it well with having the Doom Marine shit. I'm a huge fan of that. I think that's genuinely some of the coolest stuff in gaming. Oh. Oh no. Epic Gamer 23 is fucking getting up behind me. Oh my god. No, fuck, he got him. That's unfortunate. But since we're done with that game, I can actually sit here and talk a lot about more in-depth things other than just I fucking love this game, it's fucking sick, because I know that's not all what you come here for. But I don't know, Quake is a game that stuck with me as a kid and something that I've always played, something that I've always enjoyed. Even at times whenever I was only playing on fucking console, it was one of those games I was like, damn, I really wish I could play this because it's so fucking fun. And I could at my dad's friend's house, but then I couldn't whenever I was home because I didn't have a PC, I just had a console. Except, I'm pretty sure Quake 4 was on console. I may be stupid in saying that, but I swear to God, I have a vivid memory of it. Maybe it fucking wasn't, and I'm just really stupid. Which could definitely be the case. That tends to happen quite a fucking bit. But I don't know, it's one of those games that I look back on and I'm like, why is this game not getting a remaster, remake? Why is it not as big as things like Doom, especially with this game having a multiplayer counterpart? If you guys don't know, that didn't come over to Doom Eternal. And I feel like Quake has always been the multiplayer arena shooter, as hey, this is your baseline. This is where it starts. Get good at this, you can kind of form it into everything else. And it's kind of true. Quake is great for getting things like aim down, getting movement down, getting just general knowledge of how these games work, how maps are made around this style of movement, and stuff of that nature. And I mean, even look at classic Halo. If you go play Halo Combat Evolved, Halo 2, Halo 3, any of those games, you can go back and play older Quake games and go play the multiplayers, and you see holy shit, a lot of this map design is very similar because it's the same idea of having this arena shooter style game and then kind of just forming it around a different health system, or even like things like shields. Quake always had that as well. You have your armor, shields, and then you have your base health. And so I don't know, I feel like Quake and Halo kind of go hand in hand. It's a little bit harder with other games because those games aren't necessarily formed in the same way as Quake. They may be arcadey in the way that Quake is, but not with the same ideals as Quake. But I feel like Halo's always had that kind of Quake vibe to it in its own unique way. It's something that I've always loved about Halo, and I guess subsequently why I like Quake so much. They kind of go hand in hand. There's a lot of things that you'll notice as you play these games, and if you do get the chance to go play them, like I said, I do highly recommend it. And do yourself a favor, go play Halo 1, 2, and 3, and then go play Quake 1, 2, 3, and go like experience the multiplayer. Go play Champions and experience its multiplayer, because you will notice a lot of weird similarities. It's really fucking cool, and it's something that I absolutely love just about these games in general. And I do, and I will die on the hill of Quake needs revitalization. It needs a new, it needs a campaign. It needs a fucking sick ass multiplayer. It needs to be fully fleshed out. And this game is actually pretty fucking fleshed out. I mean, if we just look here through all the menus, of course, there's like the store. It's a free to play game. It's gonna be in there. But there seems like you have a battle pass. Of course, that's gonna fucking be there. You have challenges. You have weekly challenges that are go for like all of the events and stuff like that. You have events that are like ranked. You have your dailies. You have a whole thing of lore tabs, and all these lore things that you earn, I'll show you that in a minute, give you progression and give you skins and everything. They actually look pretty cool. You have like your whole leaderboard system, you have like a chat, you have notifications, like you have a bunch of shit in here that's really fucking cool. If we go back over to the home area, you have like all of your different champions. These all have different abilities, all different like kind of health pools, movement. They're all different like difficulties. It's really cool. Like these things are sick. And then of course here, if you have like your customization, you have your weapons that you can start out with and stuff that you can, you know, go through and customize and earn. There's the progression system, which you use these little shard things that you get as you just kind of play. You can unlock the lore tabs to unlock skins. You get shaders. You get armor shit. You get a lot of stuff. It's really fucking sick. It's something that I absolutely fucking love. I think it's just really cool. There's a lot in this game to go for. And it's something that's just kind of stuck with me. Like, you have all these, like, really cool characters you can unlock. And just so fucking much to this game. It's insane. But I think Quake needs a fucking revitalization. I think it needs a new game that actually will stick with people, a game that people actually want to go out of their way and play, because, listen, as much as I can ride or die for this game, because I do, like, thoroughly enjoy it, I think it's super fun, I get that a lot of people aren't going to come and pick it up. I think it needs a little bit more. It needs a little bit, you know, something for everybody. And I feel like old Quakes did offer that. It had the campaign. It had the multiplayer. If you don't know, Quake had a huge speedrunning community and stuff like that, because it's just what people liked doing. So I feel like it kind of merged those worlds into each other, and they all kind of, you know, were together for this game. And I feel like it definitely needs that again, because it's such a huge part of the game's identity. But there's a lot of stuff that we should be looking forward to. I do hope that at one point we do see a little bit of Quake revitalization. We get a new title. We get new everything. I think it's just absolutely fucking needed at this point. But other than that, though, guys, it's been your boy, Core Boy. I'm going to hop out of here. And, yeah. Later, dudes.